So today is Wednesday, 7th of this 2077, and of classification of elements, right? So you have done up to number C. Now today we will continue from number D. What is here? Question number D is, and what are radicals? Mention their types, right? What are radicals? Mention their types. So can you define radicals? So definition of the atom or group of different elements having a positive or acts as a single unit throughout the, once again, atom or a group of atoms of different elements have or negative charge and acts as a single unit throughout are called radicals. And what are the types of radicals? You can write electropositive radicals and negative radicals, or you can write simple radical and compound radical. Question number 2, what is the, write the valency of the following radicals and elements. Definition of valency. So valency as the combining capacity with the other element or radical to form a molecule or a compound is called valency. Let me repeat again. The combining capacity of an element or the other element or radical to form a molecule or a compound, valency. That's the definition. Now next is to write the valency of following radicals. CO3, it is carbonate, valency is 2. PO4, phosphate, valency is 2. Sodium 1. Hydrogen 1. Next, oxygen 2. OH, hydroxide 1. NH 1. Cl, chloride 1. Calcium Ca 2. Aluminium Al 4. Hg, Ic means mercuric 2. And NO3, nitrate, it is 1. Now let's discuss next one. Next is given here. What is the question? Question number 3. In 2 atoms loses 2 electrons and Y atom gains these 2 electrons to form a molecule XY, right? Any. So what is given here? One element loses, another gains. Means what type of compound is that? It is found in electrovalent compound. So XY is electrovalent compound of XY are, it is soluble in water, it conducts electricity in a molten or aqueous solution. It conducts electricity in a molten or aqueous solution. Now question number 4, what does the question say? What do you understand by valence electrons and octet rule? It's given. Valence electron and valence. So how to define valence electron? So the number of electrons present in the outermost atom. Number of electrons present in the outermost shell of an atom are called valence electron. shell of an atom is called valence shell. Okay. Number of electrons in shell is valence shell. Next question is question number 5. What is octet rule? Octet. So is defined as the tendency of an atom to attain 8 electrons. Tendency of an atom to attain 8 electrons in its valence shell except K shell is called octet rule. That is 8 electrons, right? Number 6. What are duplet and octet elements? Differentiate is given. Duplet elements are which contain only one shell and possess 2 electrons in it. And octet elements contain 8 electrons in the valence shell and are stable. Of duplet elements, duplet is helium, octet is neon, argon, krypton, etc. Question number 7. What is an electrovalent bond? Explain with an example is given. Electrovalent bond, okay? So how do you define electrovalent bond? Formed by the transfer of electrons from the valence shell to the valence shell of another atom is called electrovalent bond. Once again, the bond formed by the transfer of electrons of one atom to the valence shell of another atom is called electrovalent bond. Example: NaCl, MgO, KCl, etc. What is a covalent bond? How is it formed? Explain with an example. So how do you define covalent bond? The bond that is formed by the mutual sharing of electrons in two atoms, each contributing equal number of electrons to the electron pair is called covalent bond. Mutual sharing of electrons between two atoms, each contributing equal number of electrons called covalent bond. Example: H2O, O2, CH4. Previous video and then find out the structure. Okay. Now question number 9. Subcells are there in L cell? Name them. Do you know how many subcells are there? There are 2 subcells. They are S and P. Question number 10. What is Aufbau principle is, again we have discussed about S, P, D, F, right? So how do you define Aufbau principle? Aufbau principle is the way in the different energy, filling the electrons in different energy levels. Here you have to keep in mind electrons are filled at first in 1s, then 2s, 2p. Now question number 11. Write the, what does the question say? Write the electronic configuration Aufbau principle. Sodium 11 means 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Okay, that is sodium. Chlorine 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3p5. Okay, it goes like that. What do you mean by a molecular formula? What information is conveyed by a molecular formula? So we have to define molecular formula. And the question? Okay, molecular formula. What is the definition? The symbolic representation which shows the actual number of atoms in one molecule of a substance. Symbolic representation which shows in one molecule of a substance is called molecular formula. And what informations are conveyed in molecular formula are as follow. They are, it represents number 2, it shows the combining capacity of its constituent elements. It helps to know about the molecular substance. Done? Now students, we are discussing question number 13. What is the question? What is a polar? Which one of the following pairs is expected to be a polar molecule, right? Polar compound. So polar compound is defined as that compound in which a pair of electrons is unequally shared. It's shared between two atoms. So in polar compound, the elements are of different types. The atoms contain different the compound. For example, your HCl or Cl2. Which one is polar compound? HCl. And 2NH2O, H2O. Okay, only one pair is shared. Okay, students. So these are question answers. We have 1 to question number 13. Now we are discussing next question. What is that? In give reasons, what is given? Oxygen is a diatomic element. Why? Oxygen is a diatomic element because its molecule contains two atoms. Diatomic means presence of two atoms. Next question. Neon is an inert element because its valence shell is Number 3, the valency of sodium is 1. Why? The valency of sodium is 1 because electron in its valence shell, it donates 1 electron and becomes stable. Next one, variable valencies. Some elements have variable valencies. Why? Some elements have variable valencies because sharing, donating different number of electrons. Donating different number of electrons. So these are give reasons. Done? Now students, we are discussing question number 4. What does the question say? Differentiate between electrovalent bond and covalent. Left hand side electrovalent bond, right hand side covalent bond. In first definition, what the definition of electrovalent bond? The bond formed by the transfer of electrons from the valence shell of one atom to the valence shell of another atom is called electrovalent bond. Covalent bond, the chemical bond that is formed by binding of electrons between two atoms, each contributing equal number of electrons to the electron pair is called. Next point in electrovalent bond, it is found between metals and non-metals and non-metal. Next question, acidic radical and basic radical. So what are the differences? Left hand side acidic radical, right hand side basic radicals. So they possess negative charge, basic charge. Acidic radicals are also called anion, A-N-O-N, and basic radicals are also called cation, C-A-T-I-O-N. Example of acidic radical, CO3 minus minus, basic radical Al plus plus plus. Okay. Okay. The exercise of classification of elements, question answers, give it between. So complete it and submit to me. Stay healthy. This is the time of corona, so everybody is afraid, right? But you are staying at home. I'm staying in destination education. Just our online class is going on. After reading very carefully. So